people come here. They come stay a week. They come stay in this beautiful house. It's from, what year was it?
1898.
Right, 1898. 22-inch thick rock walls.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a bomb shelter. So the location is breathtaking. I rolled up. I think the first thing was like, I'm jealous. I want to live here too. But people can experience not just here's how you throw on a saddle, but it's like taking you almost back in time.
Well, so we're not, one thing that we make sure that folks understand if they want to come out to the school, we're not a riding school. It's a horsemanship school. So there are a lot of classes that are not on horseback. Because there's a lot of people who have spent a lot of years on horseback and they don't know anything about horses because you don't learn about horses from horseback. If you learn the proper things about horsemanship from the ground, you can apply it in the saddle. But everything that happens in the saddle has to happen properly on the ground first. And so we teach communication with the horse, understand the instinct of the horse, communication with the horse. We teach a very in-depth class on saddles. Because a Wrangler rides professionally all the time, but there's a lot of hurting Wranglers out there because they don't understand saddles to start with. So we have very in-depth class on saddles. We have a class on bits and headstalls and stuff. We have a class on the digestive system and diet on horses. We have a class on basic first aid on horses. We have a class on basic hoof care for the horse owner. We don't teach farrier work. But what you need to look for to know, okay, I need a farrier out here. This isn't right.
And just to be, is a farrier someone who horses?
That's someone who
puts
shoes on horses.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we ride. We do ride, but it's not a vacation spot. It's a school.
It's a school.
It's a school. I've been to some horsemanship seminars, clinicians, of guys that were way better horsemen than I am. Okay, it's not a question. No problem admitting that at all. But I've watched and I've seen the folks out there at the clinics, and their faces are just blank and they're lost. And I'm like, they're not ready for this. Like there are some kindergarten basics that your average person never got about horses. And so it's like trying to teach somebody algebra without teaching them addition first. And so we teach the basics to start out. Just what is a horse? What makes a horse tick? What makes a horse react? They do.
I appreciate that you do that because I feel like I know so little about horses.
Right.
I'm coming up here just to do a podcast with you, and I was already like, "Hey, man, I haven't ridden a horse in 20 years. Don't laugh." And you were like, "We do not laugh. We're here to teach you." And I was like, I appreciated that right off the bat.
We have folks come through the school here who have never been on a horse before. Not a problem. Sometimes it's easier to build a new house than it is to remodel an old one.
No bad habits.
No bad habits.
Yeah.
Some of my not all, okay, but some of my more difficult students, I don't mean difficult attitude-wise. I just mean to teach are ones who come from a horse background that it wasn't right. And so they have to unlearn what they know, things that just will not go out here. It just won't work.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip. If you want to see the full podcast, be sure to click on the link in the description. And if you feel like it, hit subscribe.